Hi, everyone. Jacqueline Kuhn here with JacquelineKuhn.com, powered by Angels. I'm here with a July video extra. Yes, it is July 1st. Welcome, July. And I am here to talk about the energy coming in this week from Venus in Gemini, our Neptune retrograde, as well as Uranus in Gemini, and talk a little bit also about angel number 7. So let's get to it. For those of you who don't know about archangels, that is the energy I channel when I do any of my readings or services. And I'll be talking about the archangels as they are associated with the energy and the planets and the signs of the zodiac as we go along. And there are 15 archangels, 3 that are the managers of the angels, Michael, Raphael, and Haniel. They actually oversee all archangels and guardian angels and make sure that they're the ultimate archangel energy. Michael, our protector, Raphael, our healer, and Haniel, divine feminine, intuitive, intuition powers. All other archangels are tied to zodiac signs and as such help with the energy that comes with that sign. And so if you are a Cancer, your archangel is Gabriel. If you are a Virgo like me, that's Metatron. And so knowing the signs, who the archangels are, really help you in navigating some of the energy that gets generated with these planetary alignments. And they can really help you when things aren't going really well. Because remember, God created the angels to help us here on Earth and to help us with our journey on this Earth. So 15 of them, and we'll be talking about 5 or 6 of them during this session today. I do want to kind of baseline what July is all about. July is the 7th month of the year, and therefore it's all about angel number 7. And angel number 7 is the number of faith. Faith is the believing in something without having proof that it exists. You know it, you believe in it, not because it's been proven scientifically or that you've seen it, but you have faith that it is there. Our following of angels and archangels and spirit and source and God, that's all faith. And to honor the properties of the universe that we can't fully understand, we need to have faith that it all happens as it's intended. And the thing about faith is it's not like you need a lot of faith. It's not like there's degrees of having faith. It's really about, do you have it or not? Either you have faith in the spiritual or you don't. And if you don't, you're going to find a little harder time with my teachings, with what I am all about. And I'd love to help you on that faith journey, in believing in the angels, believing in God's source, a creator of the universe, believing that that is actually true. Love to help you with that. But that is really what July and angel number 7 is all about, having faith. In a broader context of angel numbers, today is 7-1. And today is all about having faith in your abilities to create and manifest what you need. We all bring about what we think about. We bring about what our actions in the world are towards others. If we are kind, we attract kindness. If we are not kind, we don't have very good karmic events happening to us. So have faith that if you are doing good works, if you are doing the right thing at the right time, you are creating an incredible amount of abundance. And in this year of change, watching our karma is so important because there's a lot of karmic activity out there. And in fact, a part of this video today is about the transit, one of the transits that we're seeing where karmic activities are going to be quite vast, and seen all over. So we really want to watch our karma, make sure that we have faith in eventually we do good, good will come back to us, right? Don't get frustrated. That frustration sends that negative energy out, and negative things will come back. So have faith. As if you watched my other video, I talk a little bit about Archangel Gabriel, who is the Archangel of Cancer. He is a communicator. He is the guardian of children and the guardian angel of the people of Israel. You can read about him in Christian scripture and Judaism as well as Islam. He has an incredible history of communicating messages to people. So if you need to talk to someone about communication, about belief, in the month of July, I really encourage you to reach out to Archangel Gabriel, who can really help you on your spiritual journey. Let's get to those key astrology events. We're going to talk about 3 of them today. Neptune Retrograde and Venus in Gemini, which start on Friday, July 4th, and Uranus in Gemini, which starts on Monday, July 7th. For other astrology events still in play, please watch my videos from a week ago and 2 weeks ago. They do talk about other astrology events in play. But today I want to really focus on these 3 that are coming this week, what it means for the energy, what you need to look out for. The theme for this energy that we're going to see is reviewing, right? Reviewing our karma, reviewing the karma that we've put out there and making sure that we're on the right side of it. About mentally connecting with people, about this being a big energy of the mind, not emotional. This is not an emotional energy we're coming into. So if you feel like people are being cold or distant, it's not that they're being cold or distant. It's just a very thinking kind of energy, a very mental energy is what we are entering into this week. And then this energy is also around some unconventional thinking, and that can have pros and cons. Unconventional thinking can be good, but then it can also be dangerous. So those are really the themes of the energy that's coming in this week. The first one we want to talk about is the Neptune retrograde, and it's retrograding in Aries, and it will start July 4th. It'll start Friday. This is huge. So Neptune has not been retrograde in Aries for 150 years. Think about that, 150 years. And that is wrong. I think that should be 1775, not 1875. Yeah, I'll have to redo my math, but 150 years ago was when Neptune was in Aries. And it's going to remain there retrograde for quite a while. It'll be there till almost the end of October, at which time it'll continue to be retrograde, but it moves into Pisces. So the energy is going to go, it's very different, because remember, retrogrades move back. So it's going to move backwards to Pisces. So Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, it's going to move back to Pisces, the last sign. So thinking about redoing, it's going to go from first to last. So that energy in the fall is going to be very, very different. But what is really happening when it goes retrograde in Aries is Neptune is the ruler of the mind and foggy brain, right? This is going to bring a lot of foggy brain activity. It's really gonna, things are gonna feel like a struggle to get through them, to think through them. You might not see things clearly. And so you're really going to need to rely on your intuition to kind of cut through, to really see beyond the fog. to see beyond what is being told to you. Because remember, this is a collective energy. So everything from the media to your colleagues to your family and friends are going to have a little foggy brain, kind of difficult to explain themselves, difficult to get across messages. And so you're going to need to use your intuition to kind of cut through that fog, to kind of really understand what is actually happening. Go a little deeper to say, okay, what is really going on here, right? How do I cut through the fog? The re part, right? Because every retrograde is a re, right? And this one is really a reviewing of your karma, reviewing of the baggage that you have and letting it go. So if you've wronged someone and you haven't forgiven yourself or apologized to that person, do so and let it go. Um, if you've done good deeds and works, but don't feel like you've been like recognized or rewarded for that, let that go. It will come back to you, but let go any feeling of not getting your due, right? Getting your fill. You'd have to let that go. So reviewing the actions you've taken, good and bad, and maybe kind of fixing some of that karmic energy from your past. Three archangels to work with on that is Archangel Haniel, who on intuition, asking her to help you amp up your intuition during this time to really be able to fetter out what is true, what really is going on. Archangel Raziel, healing from past lives. He does communicate through visions, but he also, because of that, has the ability to heal from past lives because some of your karmic baggage might not be in this lifetime. It could be in a prior lifetime that your soul has brought into this lifetime. So if you need to go back and really see what kind of baggage you have from those past lives, now is a great time to do that. If you need resource to work with, I have a fabulous woman that I work with who heals past lives through hypnotherapy. She's done wonders for me personally. And then Archangel Jeremiel for spiritual visions. So when we use our intuition, when we communicate with spirit, he can help bring visions or images to help you cut through that fog, to help you see what's really going on, right? It's that spiritual way of seeing the world, not the material way of seeing the world. So it's really through that spiritual image. So these three archangels to really work over the next number of months, right? Summer and fall, while Neptune is retrograde in Aries. And on July 16th, I will be having a live class on retrograde season. We have Pluto, Neptune, we will have Saturn, and we will have Mercury going retrograde. There's a lot of energy out there, and I am going to have a live class on the 16th. So look out for that and more. I'll talk more about that at the end of the video. So while also on July 4th, so you're going to feel a big energy shift on Friday. Venus moves into Gemini and will be there for the remainder of the month. And when Venus is in Gemini, this is about relationships being based on thought and rationality, not emotions. And so, again, like I mentioned earlier, if you feel you've got partners that are being cold or distant, they may not be cold or distant. It's just with Venus in Gemini, they're being very rational and practical and thought-based, right? It's also a great time to connect with others via mind-based activities, whether it be playing, games that require thought and strategy, like, chess or something, something like that. Or it's also about, connecting through reading, maybe in a book club. mind-based activities, right? Not necessarily emotionally based activities. Venus in Gemini may also open up new possibilities to you in both love and finances because we're thinking, right? We're using our brain. Our brain is front and center. So people may have new opportunities for you from a finance or work perspective, or relationships, or changing the dynamic of a relationship. The archangels to work with in this energy are Ariel, who is Mother Earth. So for your earthly abundance, right? The new opportunities for finances, the abundance in your earthly relationships. Uriel for wisdom, right? To whenever we are in a mind-based energy, we want to have the wisdom to use our thoughts wisely, and to not overthink. The good thing about this is emotional energy will be a little lower, but we could overthink things when we're thinking too much. So really having the wisdom to discern when we are overthinking something and maybe making more out of it than it needs to be. And then Raguel, who is our archangel for relationships, right? Um, he is really about the yin and the yang, the balancing of relationships, bringing new relationships to us, making sure our relationships are healthy and in harmony. Because when if you're an emotional person, or your partner's an emotional person, and now they're less emotional than they have been, you may be wondering what's going on. And so just asking Archangel Raguel to continue to help you understand and remain healthy and balanced in your own relationships. And the last big energy for the week is Uranus in Gemini. Now, this will happen on July 7th, and it's going to remain here into November. So, again, a remainder of the summer into the fall energy. Now, when Uranus goes into Gemini, this is huge. This is the energy of expect the unexpected. This is the energy of new inventions and creations. This is the energy of people who used to be going down one path, completely changing their mind to go down the other. It's about thinking outside of the box, unconventional ideas, and having an open mind to doing things differently, new opportunities, new possibilities. Um, the the gotcha is particularly this month when we're in a thinking, not an emotional energy. We may do things outside of the box or unconventional that are a little dangerous and maybe not well thought out. Maybe setting our emotions aside, like the emotion of fear is probably a good thing when you're thinking about doing something outside of the box, or checking the emotion before you make a dramatic move. So that's where Archangel Michael comes in to protect us, not only from lower energies and evil and the evil one, but to protect us from doing stupid stuff and having stupid stuff done to us. And I use that word purposefully because, you know, just because something is new and different and unconventional doesn't mean it's a good idea. There are lots of things that aren't good ideas, but are a result of out of the box thinking. So protect you and make sure that the good ideas are the ones that are coming forth. Archangel Zadkiel for balance, balancing the out of the box thinking with practicality, rationality, making sure, again, you're not doing something that is harmful to you or others, or making a rash decision about a relationship, and not thinking about 30 days from now when the emotions kick in, how is that going to impact you and others, right? And then Archangel Jophiel really for clearing the clutter. And so clearing the clutter in our mind. And by clearing the clutter in your mind, that will open up new ways and possibilities and bring new things to you. And and in a positive light, there could be some very new and creative ways of working. I really believe that this period is going to bring in some realization of some, advancements, some real significant advancements that may come in things like medicine, in policies and politics, and even in, things like our own lives. Again, the ways of the past are being changed. This is the year of change, right? 2025, the year of change. The ways of the past are being changed, and some of those changes are not exactly conventional, and some of them that are coming aren't the way things have been done ever, if not for centuries. And no one remembers that because that may have been centuries ago. So keep your mind open, because this energy is going to bring in all kinds of new thoughts and ideas. So before we get to the channeled messages for the week, please remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Joining my Facebook group is the best way to connect. Facebook group members get everything first. Everything always gets out there, and I check that regularly for folks who want to send me messages or ping me about something. We do have Tarot Tuesdays for Facebook group members. That's a free card reading. The next one will be July 22nd at 6 p.m. Central Time. 6 Central, that is 8 Pacific, 7 Eastern. And if you can't make it live by being a member of the Facebook group, I do answer one free question a month. Just ask me a question, post it in the Facebook group, or chat it up with me, and I will connect with Spirit and get an answer for you. Also look for notices for the retrograde season class on July 16th. If you are a Facebook group member, it is free. If you're not a member of the Facebook group, there is a slight fee. So join the Facebook group and you're going to get this free class plus free readings and lots of other things that are going to be coming. And last but certainly not least, my Archangel superhero merchandise. We have added backpacks for back to school. So your children can take Archangel with them to school. You can take an Archangel with you to work. They're beautifully designed, really cool backpacks, extra outside pocket. I like that. I'm a backpack gal. And so take a look at that. And they're added just in time as you start looking for your back to school supplies. And now let's go to our channeled messages. Think of a number between 1 and 5. Think of your number, because I will be picking a card and letting you know if it's number 1 through 5 and what the message is for you. So do you have your number? If you are number 1, these are from my Angels of Abundance Oracle cards. I love the messages, and I find that they're so relevant to what's going on. So number 1s, it is safe for you to receive. The more you allow yourself to receive, the more resources you have available to share with others. Open your arms to receive and be a conduit for good coming to you and through you as it blesses the world. This is about that reviewing of your karma, right? So if you're a number 1, you need to take a look at, are you open to receiving blessings, receiving messages, and then giving back of what you received. So is it safe? It is safe for you to receive. Don't be afraid. Number 2s, windfall of abundance. An increase in abundance is arriving in many different forms, some of them unexpected. Be open to receiving and know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, health, and even charitable work. Windfall of abundance. So if you are a number 2, some great things are coming to you. And it totally makes sense if you think about this, because as you re-examine your karma, all that good you've put out into the world is coming back to you. So number twos, windfall of abundance. For the number threes out there, partnership. Allow healthful, supportive partnerships into your personal life and career, and both parties benefit as a result. You are receiving help from heaven and from a person who brings needed skills and resources. So partnership, right? You don't go it alone. If you are a number three, this is your message to say, hey, I know you may be trying to do something, but you don't have to go it alone. Find someone to help you with it. Find a partner. And in this, energy of the mind, relationships around a project, especially, a thinking or creative, anything that requires your brain to think through a solution, and do it with someone else. Number fours, raise or promotion. Lucky number fours, congratulations. An increase in your abundance flow awaits you. This is a result of your positive focus and willingness to take action based on your divine guidance. Keep up the good work. So you are in for good news. Great abundance in a raise or promotion is coming your way. So keep an eye out for that and keep up the good work, number fours. And my number fives out there. Okay, number fives, detox your friendships. Your abundance flow is being affected by people with whom you're spending time. So be discerning about your associations and relationships. Choose to be with people who are inspiring, generous, and supportive. So number fives, who are you hanging out with that aren't good for you? Who are those negative Nellies? Who are those people that are sending, that might have some bad karma that's spilling over into you? So detox any of those friendships and either clear that karmic energy, right? Review your karma. This is the Neptune retrograde energy, as well as maybe, think about, is that relationship still serving you? Thank you so very much for being with me. I will be back next week with another video extra that is going to cover the full moon in Capricorn and Saturn retrograde. And don't forget to mark and put on your calendar July 16th, the live class on retrograde season, where we will cover Pluto, Neptune, Saturn, and Mercury all retrograde at the same time. And we'll talk through all of the energies and how this impacts each and every zodiac sign. Until then, thank you so much for joining me. I really, really appreciate you. Bye now.